A very good evening to you and a warm welcome to tonight's edition of Breeding to Win. It's a big one this week as we preview some of the yearlings that will be on offer at this year's National Yearling Sales at Gosforth Park. It takes place from Wednesday the 24th of April to Friday the 26th of April. In tonight's show, we'll be previewing some of the yearlings from the following stud farms in order in which they appear on screen. So let's kick off tonight's show with what's on offer from the Claverflay team.
Claverflay have got a very smart draft of 24 going to the National Yearling Sales this coming week, and with me is John Costa to have a chat about that draft. John, always great to have you on the show, and once again you're very well represented by overseas stallions and local.
Yeah, Fia, I think that's National Yearling Sales. That's what you aim to do, to get a lot of the proven stallions in here. And I think we've got a really nice mix of proven stallions and a few of the new boys in the block as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to go through a few of them because lot 24 jumps out at you immediately. She's a smashing bred filly out of All Is Secret, and she just looks absolutely stunning. Jumps out at you.
No, she's beautiful, Fia. And the fillies in this family. Bella, Snow Dance, All Is Secret herself, Secret is out. It's just one of the great families in the stud book, and Dynasty's had amazing fillies, Beach Beauty, Bella, Just Essential, and to name a few. So she's certainly a type of filly that from a racing point of view and from a broodmare point of view, at stud one day she should be very popular. Shouldn't actually sell fillies like this. And
with the passing of Dynasty, it's going to be the same story as poor old Captain Al, isn't it? Everyone's going to be wanting these type of horses.
Yes, Dynasty's been such an amazing stallion to so many people in South Africa. Always great sadness to lose horses like this. But also opportunity, there won't be too many anymore. So, now's the opportunity to get stuck in and buy the ones that you really want.
Yeah, absolutely. Lot 111 is very interesting as well by Dynasty. A Jackador mare who's a Grade 2 winner of 9.
Yeah, very good filly. She won over R1 million in stakes. This is a really nice mating as well, and it's a filly with a lot of substance. So she looks like a filly that could come early as well.
And lot 64, that also looks like a very interesting lot. Of course, we've got Lady in Black who's done it amazingly well, and she's from that family as well.
Well, the Dynasty Jetmaster cross has been very successful in that sense. But Cupid's turning out to be a fantastic mare. She's got a young horse called Vardy with Adam Marcus, who really looks a smart type of horse. And this colt, he's very athletic. He's a tall, leggy type of a horse. I would say a classic Dynasty type horse, and I think he should be extremely popular.
Yeah, watching Vardy, I've been following him closely. He's doing exceptionally well. Then moving on to Silvana, you've got lot 89, and that's another great family as well. You can't really fault, and looks very athletic and an interesting lot.
Yeah, Silvana, he's also getting on. And this is a filly, I think, an exquisite filly, a really special filly on her build. Out of Gibraltar Blue, who won 6 races. She was extremely unlucky not to win a Group 1. She raced with Mike de Kock, and she won 6 races herself. She's had 2 winners from 2 starters so far. First one's a feature horse. So wonderful family and a very nice filly to go with it.
Yeah, Gibraltar Blue was a stunning filly. And then you've got the Twice Overs also doing exceptionally well, and you've got lot 68, and that's a very exciting lot because I heard an interview with Justin Snaith yesterday. Now, Double Mint comes from this Silvano Gibraltar Blue, same pedigree, and I mean, it's just going to be fantastic watching Double Mint in the July. He's well fancied. Yeah,
he's well fancied, and it's a distant view over Stormcat. It's the same cross. Been very successful, of course. This is an A+ mating. A very good family that we bought overseas in America, but has already produced the Irish 1000 Guineas winner and Oaks winner in Please Cash. So again, to the discerning breeder, I think something to have a look at. She's a big, black, beautiful looking filly, very athletic, and I think very typical of the good looking Twice Overs.
And lot 142, the Manamu family, and again, a fantastic broodmare side there and something to look forward to.
Yeah, well, broodmare size Captain L and Manamu herself, 5 wins, a Group 3 winner. She had speed to burn, and this colt really looks speedy. He's medium-sized. but she's had 3 runners for 3 winners so far. She's had a feature winner, Flying Myth, and then Vander's Spirit for Candice Bass has won 2 from 3 and looks very promising. And I believe, all going well, is going to go for that Group 1 fillies race at Scottsville, the juvenile race.
Yeah, that's exciting stuff. Moving on to Trippy, we've got lot 95. Golden Spectrum filly, and of course we've got Silver Spectrum, who's done exceptionally well as well there.
Yeah, this of course an amazing family of Pomodoro. So Golden Spectrum, a half to Pomodoro. This is A++ mating. Trippy on Blushing Groom has been extremely successful with 18% stakes winners to runners. And this filly herself is gorgeous. She's just pure class.
You've got 2 Trippy fillies, and Trippy's done phenomenally well. And we've got the likes of Our Heat Lightning, we've got Real Princess, for the lads, some fantastic fillies.
Yeah, and Gainor's favourite probably Inara, who won 5 Group 1 races. So yeah, lot 167, half sister to Edict of Nantes. Again, that type of filly, I would think breeders should be falling themselves over.
Yeah, Edict of Nantes, of course, did so well here, and then went on to Hong Kong. He was a smashing horse, wasn't he?
He was championed 3-year-old colt, yeah. And hopefully, once Tony Millard gets him right over there, he'll start flying the flag for South Africa.
And you've also got lot 495, a nice colt, in the Slumdog Millionaire family.
Yeah, out of our half sister to Slumdog Millionaire, Princess Milo. He's on the same Trippy Fort Wood cross that produced Real Princess, who's a Group 1 winner of the South African Filly Sprint. And this is a lovely little horse. He reminds us a lot of a horse called Royal Chalice, who won the July. Very much the same sort of look as him, athletic type, not a big horse, but a very, very smart and well put together horse. Same family as Gibraltar Blue.
Absolutely superbly bred so far. And then, of course, we've got the last of the poor old Captain L's on the sale as well.
Yeah, and this is a very special colt fee. He's owned by a bunch of Australian friends of ours. Great that they've invested in the South African market as well. He's lot 87 out of Gary Bondi, who's by VAR. She won 6 races over 1,000 metres, and Paul Lafferty told me that this is probably one of the fastest fillies that he's ever trained. This is A++ mating. It's the Captain L Stormcat cross, which is the same cross as One World, who's hopefully a future star. And 18% stakes winners to runners. Very, very nice colt.
Yeah, we all know about One World. He's done really, really well. He's a lovely smashing colt. And Vaughan, of course, has got another Captain L, in a champion in the making from Saturday's racing.
Yes, we're very excited. Bred by our good friend Peter van Schoor at Klauervlei. Captain L, again, out of a Jetmaster mare. And having a chat to MJ. MJ is extremely excited about him. So good on Vaughan. He's found one every year in his last 4 or 5 crops. So if Vaughan goes for this colt, then we'll know he's in good shape.
Yeah, I did see Vaughan's eyes light up on Saturday. And going on to VAR, he's another stallion that's getting on a bit, but you've got lot 154 out of AP Indy, who's obviously the Monarchas family and also done very well. Yeah,
this is a smashing colt. There aren't many AP Indy mares left in the world, I would think. One of the great stallions of America. And this colt is almost a dead ringer for AP Indy. I think when people look at him and look at a photograph of AP Indy, they'll be amazed to see how similar the two of them are.
And lot 475 is the female line of Captain L, which you say oozes class and looks fantastic.
Yeah, it's brilliant, Fee. And this colt specifically is a really classy colt. He's more on the leg. But with a lot of quality. He's a really good mover, and I know Pippa was very excited to get the Captain L female line into VAR, so yeah, high hopes for him.
Great variety of stallions. You've got a Duke of Marmalade, lot 512.
Yep, out of a listed race-winning dynasty filly called Saint Sophia. This is the family of the mighty Sunday Silence, the stallion who put Japan on the map. So once again, any discerning breeder should be having a look.
And Kawari, who's doing quite well at the moment. You've got 425 and 531, and as I said, Kawari looks to be doing really well at the moment and having winners and graded winners. Yeah,
he's been touted as a future champion sire in South Africa. I think his time will come. His numbers are high, and he also breeds a really, really high quality type horse. Lot 425 is a full brother to Alec Laird's horse Romeo's Boy, who's won 4, and he's a Group 2 placed in the Merchants. Very smart colt. Lot 531 is out of the 3-time winning mare Souk, and again, fantastic female line of the mighty Daniel.
And then moving on to Camelot, 3 Grade 1 wins from the first crop and 2 being classics, so it's fantastic strike rate already.
Yes, Fee, and you know, to have international stallions on South African sales, I'm not quite sure South African buyers know just how lucky we are to have this kind of this kind of quality. This colt, Lot 222, is out of a mare called Suki Warrior by Power. He's got a smashing walk, he's got a lot of substance, he's got a high quality horse. And you know, overseas there's a lot of interest in the Camelots. I think he's a horse for the future. And you know, when I speak to my friends across there, a lot of them are big into Camelot. So he has an opportunity to buy a Camelot in South Africa.
Well, there's all your top proven stallions, but there's the new kids on the block who are showing signs of doing very well already. I mean, you've got 404, which is a Vercingetorix, and of course Waving Flag won the Gold Cup.
Yep, so the mother's half sister, the Waving Flag, lovely horse, big, tall, leggy, strong horse. And Vercingetorix, you know, he's, I mean, you just can't buy shares. You know, he's so popular at the moment, and we're expecting him to go on with it. He's got a lovely syndicate, very good breeders that are supporting him. He's had good numbers, and definitely a stallion for the future.
And captain of all, he had his first feature big win the other day, and you've got 347 and 406, so a lot to like about him now.
Yes, Captain of All's had a really good start. He's breeding a different type to himself very often, and a lot of them look like they're horses that will be going a mile. So, you know, for them showing the speed that they're showing now is great. And I know, speaking to a lot of the trainers now, and just looking at his sales results, he's a very, very popular young stallion.
Yeah, he's a very, very nice looker when I saw him when I came out to the farm. And then you've got a Futura Lot 346, and from what I've heard, Futuras, they're looking really good. They're strong types, and you particularly like yours?
This is a smashing colt. He's a big, strong, strapping horse out of a Captain Almere, which is great. From the family of Ekiri, Epoch and Empress Club, you know, I think he's going to be one of the standout colts in our draft, certainly. And I think he's probably going to be one of the better Futuras on the sale. So very, very excited about this horse.
Well, John, Clubberflay certainly looked to have a quality draft going to the sale. Wish you all the best. Look forward to seeing you there.
Thanks, Fee. Appreciate it.
Always good to have John Costa on the show. Lovely to have him take the time to go through his draft with us this morning. And they do look to, as I say, be a quality draft. Looking forward to seeing them at the Johannesburg National Sales. Well, we were here at Moot & Shook a couple of months ago to chat to Benny van der Merwe about his draft going to the BSA Mystico sale. Now, he wasn't so excited about that draft, but needless to say, they still sold very, very well. Now, today we are here to talk about the draft of 20 going to the national sale, and they certainly are a draft to get very excited about. Benny, 20 going to the sale and some superb pedigrees.
Yeah, we're delighted about this. We've got a lot more to say. I would imagine that the three things you would say, first one would be quality, in that 11 of the 20 are in session 1. The next would be diversity, nice mix of stallions. And the third thing is for sale, in that with the sad passing of Chris, even the 3 Captain L fillies are for sale.
Well, to have 11 on session 1 on day 1 is a great thing in itself. I mean, to have made it, they're obviously top quality sorts.
Yep, yeah, they got great pedigrees. Lot 8 would be an example. This is the close family of Marinaresco. It is a filly, and she would be about a 7/8 sibling to Marinaresco. And she happens to be a smashing specimen to boot. So, yeah, Silvano fillies, we've got nice soft falling rein colts. We've got Gimme the Green Lights, lovely, well-bred, trippy filly. Really excited. And
sadly, we're losing some of these top stallions. Captain L, soft falling rein. You've got 3 lovely Captain L fillies. You've got a soft falling rein on the sale. I mean, they're going to go for big money, surely.
We certainly hope so. We certainly hope so. The lot 19 is a particular standout in terms of the physical specimen. We have a Captain L filly out of extremely well-bred Red Ransom mare, and Chris and I were of the belief that there's not such a thing as too much Roberto in a pedigree of especially a filly. He stamped himself as a sire of sires and also as a broodmare sire. The daughters of his sons all did extremely well as race mares and broodmares.
Yeah, what's lovely about your draft is you've got such a variety going to the sale, and as you said, you're very happy with them confirmation-wise as well as pedigrees on paper.
Yep, yeah, they just, it's one of those times when everything comes together. And I really wish Chris could have been around to see this. You know, some of them just really came good as physical specimens. It was a very tough season. The summer last year was difficult in that we went through a period of heat and lots of discomfort for the horses, but they bounced back from that and they sort of gave it back in spades, as can be seen from the physical appearance of these horses.
And when you sold at the recent Bloodstock South Africa Mystico sale, you weren't so confident going in with that draft, but you sold well there as well.
Absolutely. I think, I suppose what we had there was a lot of what one comes to expect from a Tansuk, which would be quite a lot of Mambos, who I still think is a slightly unlucky stallion. He gives you a big horse, at least one big horse every year, and he's constantly in the top 10, but that's what we had. This time, big difference, big diversity, and stallions of the younger generation, stallions that are definitely putting up their hands and making a statement, such as Gimme the Green Light, Soft Falling Rain.
We've spoken about a couple. Obviously, you like the Silvano out of Welsh Kitten, who we've said is closely related to Marinaresco. But anything else that stands out for your pedigree that you'd like to chat about?
Yeah, we've got a Soft Falling Rain colt from our old Mike de Kock family, and he'd be a half sibling to Noble Secret. He's a smashing colt. He's just there's a debate in our string who's the top gun amongst the colts. He's definitely put his hand up. We've also got a smashing gimme colt that will give him a full go. There's a nice healthy competition because, as you know, the grooms always have horses that they groom and the competition is on amongst them. And the talk is lively this year as to who's going to top the boards with their colts and their fillies.
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very exciting sale for you. And back here at home, how are things going? How are things going with the United States? Is he doing well?
He's doing fantastically well. But really beyond any expectation. Even after the fracture, his hooves have grown out that there's not a single stress ring in his feet. He's just calmed down, he's relaxed, he did a very, very good book last year, and he's looking forward to more of the same. We've already taken bookings of 10 plus mares from an individual breeder already.
It's exciting, isn't it? I can't wait to see some of his progeny running. It's going to be really exciting.
Very, very. It, just what they look like and what the family is doing. And if the family hasn't stopped, we're looking forward to what Hermosa is going to get up to this season, the other full sister.
Obviously, the prep's gone well at home, but it's hugely stressful, isn't it, travelling this amount of yearlings to Johannesburg?
It always is. It's always the first thing I like to report is that every horse is safely on the truck and leaving the property. No matter whether they go just to Mystico or to Joburg, it's a big deal, and there's always a lot of risk. But we travel with professionals, and we always are confident of a good outcome.
And you said you've got a good team that are going to be there in Johannesburg. It's a busy time that they're having the sale around Easter, so you're expecting a lot of traffic and a very busy time.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate for the international calendar. It was what it was, it is what it is, and we are making plans for it. We've got extra staff because we're expecting that, especially the day before the sale and the first sales day would be extremely difficult. In a more comfortable time, you'd aim at somebody with your catalogue if they suddenly came the day before the sale and say, show me your whole draft. But we expect that it's going to happen a lot, and we've catered for that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very, very busy sale, but some good will come out of it. It'll be exciting, and hopefully we'll get the buyers there.
Yeah, the news we hear is good, and yeah, we live in hope.
Now, we spoke about entertainment and how well Mouton Shook love to look after everyone at the Joburg National Sales. You're sadly going to be missing Chris this year, but tell us what's happening with the farm now. I believe you've got a dispersal sale next month.
Yeah, it's the only fair way to deal with it, is to put absolutely all the horses on. So we literally just finished cataloguing yesterday, lot 1 to 180. It's a sad day for us, but it is the start of a new beginning in terms of us going forward. And of course the upside is they don't have to travel. They're staying right here. I think it'll be in the region of about 21 May, so next month.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a really, really good sale, and I'm looking forward to seeing you there next week, and I'm looking forward to seeing you sell well. Benny, thanks for taking your time this morning.
Thank you very much.
Well, it really does look to be a super draft of 20 going to the National Yearling Sale from Mouton Shook. I'm looking forward to seeing them at the sale and selling well. Hemelanada Stud, home of Horizon, the very smartly bred new stallion on the block, are enjoying a good run on the racetracks at present and head to the national sales with a strong draft that David feels proud to show. He feels he is well represented by stallions who are performing well at present on the tracks. Popular leading 2-year-old sire What a Winter, who is in the winner's box, is continuously responsible for more than half the draft. Amongst them is lot 342, a very nice balanced filly with a good walk. Her full sister is already a winner and being placed. Lot 368, a racy first foal who stands over a lot of ground and moves well. Lot 388 is a good size athletic filly out of the very talented JPEG filly Hot Affair. Lot 449, a good size balanced filly with lots of scope. Lot 518 is a well-related late foal with lots to come, well worth looking at. Lot 537, a strong balanced filly who moves well. She is out of the half-sister to the mighty Pocket Power and his sister River Jetez. Lot 555 is a well-grown filly with lots of scope. Consistent Elusive Fort is represented by 2 smart colts. Lot 504 is a well-grown quality colt with lots of scope. Lot 519, a nice balanced athletic colt from a solid female line. Where's That Tiger, sole representative on the sale, is lot 476, a really nice athletic colt with lots of scope and presence, worth a look. You won't be disappointed. The well-bred Inform Patala Palace has 2 yearlings on the sale, and one of them is lot 328, a well-grown, strong-balanced colt whose sister has won 2 from 4 starts already. Coalfield Guineas winner Press Statement, who has got off to a good start in the sales ring in Australia, is represented by lot 362, a well-bred filly who is a half-sister to a stakes winner. Her dam is the full sister to Equus Horse of the Year Igugu, whose 3-year-old Dansili colt Elmisk won his first start and has an entry for June's Grade 1 Epsom Derby. Here's your chance to get involved in a great family. In Demand Gimme the Green Light has lot 376, a colt out of the top race filly Hamis Hooker. He is a well-balanced athletic colt who has good substance and is well worth a look. Lots to enthuse about the Hemelanada draft and not to be missed at this week's sale. Well, we were here at Aventure about a month ago and we promised we would be back to have a proper look at Pippa's draft going to the National Yearling Sales, which take place on the 24th of April in Johannesburg. And Pippa's here, we're going to go through the catalogue of 17 in detail. It's lovely to have you on the show again, Pippa. Great to be here this morning.
Welcome back, beautiful day. Lovely rain yesterday, so sun is out.
Yeah, everything's looking green and fresh. Now you've got 17 going to the sale. It's a beautiful catalogue and they're selling in sessions, and you're very lucky to have 2 very smart looking dynasty colts on the first session.
I think the preferred session started last year. I think it works well. So it just highlights the maybe superior lots for the sale. I think the catalogue itself is very strong, and for us to have 17 is one of my larger drafts since I've been at Aventure.
Yeah, and when we were here a month ago, we chatted to you, and I think you were pleased with your draft then. I'm sure you're even more happier with them now. They've prepped a little bit and they're almost ready to go.
Yeah, they're looking fab. So far, touch wood, no issues, good x-rays and scopes and things like that. And the weather's played the ball, so I think they're in good shape.
Yeah, we've got 17 going, and they all look to be super pedigrees on paper, and you just really can't single one of them out. So we're going to go through them in order. You've got a filly by VAR out of Azuba Park.
Yeah, Sumida. So obviously that's one of our matriarch mares of Aventure, Azubu Park. She was a multiple group winner. She's been a prolific broodmare for us. She's produced Jet Trail. This is, I would say, her last foal. She's happily retired at Aventure now. A high quality VAR filly, maybe a medium size, not over big, flashy, good looking, typical of the VARs, powerful, strong, and a credit to the mare. I mean, she's done us. She owes me nothing. So this is her swan song. It's a wonderful way to end. Yeah.
And of course, one of the colts we were talking about, the Dynasty colt out of Bambina Stripes, and that's lot number 34. And obviously, we all know that we just lost Dynasty, and these should probably go for gold dust.
Yeah, listen, I think we'll start feeling the effects of Dynasty's demise now. I'm very honoured and blessed to have 2 magnificent Dynasty colts to end with this year. This is a very, very high quality colt, beautiful head, medium-sized, athletic. The mare was a Group 1 winner, and she's got to get going now with her progeny on the track. But this is her first colt, so maybe this is what she needed. He's an outstanding individual, very proud of him, and he's been an absolute joy to prepare. He doesn't worry about anything, he just shines, he's gorgeous, he eats, he's a stunning horse, really lovely horse.
And lot 107 is by your own VAR out of In Camera, and before we go any further, this is a lovely colt, but VAR and both Oratoria are still doing really, really well at the races, aren't they?
Amazing stallions, both of them. I mean, VAR is prolific, he just keeps producing precocious horses that train on, fillies that, I think his stamp is going to be here for many years to come, because I think already as a broodmare size, he's looking very exciting. And Oratoria, really and truly, we needed to wait for them to get to 3 and 4. They're now at that age, and every year he's having, every week, he's having group winners. Had a lovely precocious 2-year-old winner yesterday, so I'm very happy with both of them. As to this colt, this is the half-brother to the Group 1 winner, Attenborough. A very big, strong, strapping colt, very similar to Attenborough in looks. He was by Western Winter, this is by VAR, but this is very much the mare's stamp. Good-legged horse, walks well. Maybe not precocious looking, maybe not one of those early type VARs, but definitely an upstanding colt. Yeah,
well, a horse to look forward to. Attenborough, certainly a good-looking individual himself. And then you've got lot 146, who's your other Dynasty colt out of Manelli.
Well, obviously, now here we go. I mean, this is the half-brother to Valdera. the half-brother to Cue the Music, the half-brother to Mastery, the half-brother to, I mean, the Metro, the list is endless. This is one of our best female lines of the book. She's also happily retired now, Manelli, with a wonderful update of Miss Frankel with Valderas. So I think, you know, he's a huge horse. My goodness me, maybe a tad big. He's a big horse in height. Beautiful bone. He must have 8.5, 9 inches of bone as a yearling. Maybe a bit plain of head, which is that Eliodor coming through from Grandmama. But an awesome colt. Wow, gee whiz, very proud of him, yeah.
And speaking of Miss Frankel, of course, she won her listed race in a record time, so that was absolutely fantastic for the farm.
Listen, I mean, really, we couldn't have scripted it better. We needed the black type. She's been a pressure horse, but not really on her. We've put the pressure on ourselves mainly. But wonderful for him to have his first stakes winner in Africa. Wonderful for the farm and the breeding industry as a whole. I think what an asset to the stud when she comes home. And yeah, whatever happens from now is a bonus. So loved every minute of it. Glad I was there.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. And we've got lot 169 is a colt by Oratoria out of Pan Am.
So Pan Am's been a good mare. You know, she's sold well. They're running well. She's had winners already, and her VAR colt ground control with Vaughan Marshall looks very talented down here in the Western Cape. This is a beautiful, beautiful grey, and obviously everybody loves greys, but he's a really smart colt. This powerful Oratorio, good mover, great hindquarter. And just a talented, he looks like a racehorse to me. Quite a lot of the staff's favourite pick of the sales, yeah.
Lot 241 is a colt by Philanthropist out of Varicate.
So this is Varicate's second foal. She was a daughter of VAR. Obviously, Philanthropist is a little bit of a stallion that's sort of enigma. He throws really an awesome looking colt horse, and they really haven't really hit the high spots. But I think we've done particularly well with Philanthropist. We've produced She's a Giver off this farm out of the same cross, which is Philanthropist out of a VAR mare. So this is Philanthropist out of a VAR mare again, but this is a colt. Big, gorgeous horse. You know, Philanthropist does throw your size, but I've got size and I've got quality now, because the VAR's brought that beautiful quality. He's a high quality horse. Let's just hope he gets a fair look, that people don't just write him off, because he deserves to be looked at. He's an athletic colt.
And lot 250 is a filly by Oratoria out of the lovely Viva la Belle.
Yeah, Viva la Belle, you know, she's done nothing wrong. She produced that wonderful Group 1 winner, King of Pain. This is also her last foal. Big, strong, upstanding filly, bit plain maybe. Good mover, good walker, rugged, tough girl. Looks an impressive type, yeah.
And lot 260 is a Captain of All out of Academia. That's a filly.
Academia is from that wonderful broodmare line of Avantier, Wise Dame, Wise Queen, Wise Wren. This is the first time we've had the opportunity to sell a son or a daughter of Academia in auction, because they've all been sold privately. Tall filly, a bit on the leg maybe, although by Captain of All, which would lend you tough to speed, and the female line's fast. This looks a little bit like she might need a bit of time, but quite a good walking filly, quite nice athletic filly too.
Lot 289 is an Oratorio colt out of Baltic Beauty.
So this is this wonderful female line that I think Mary Slack made famous with Mother Russia, Another Russia, and all that bunch. Baltic Beauty has never let us down throwing good athletes, good-looking horses. The one we sold last is exported to Hong Kong. This is a horse that he was sort of below, under the radar a while back, but as he develops, as he gets closer to the sales, he's really becoming quite a favourite. And actually, when they came to the action shots the other day, Liesl King's Choice was this colt, which is quite surprising because there's some big, strong horses. But when you look at him now, he's a lovely horse, good mover, good head, and yeah, we'll be that Oratorio that will need some time. He won't be early, but.
And then you've got a Futura, and I've heard that Futura is something to get excited about. You've got a filly out of Candy Vu, that's lot 310.
Yeah, another one that has sort of been under the radar. She was sort of a nondescript yearling early on, or weanling. Also come along nicely, beautiful looking head, lovely front end. The Futura seems to throw a lovely front end. She's athletic, she's a bit sprightly, she's feisty. She knows that she's a madam. So I think we'll have to go a bit slowly with whoever buys her. But nothing wrong, and I think Futura's, I think they're showing a nice type. He's throwing a nice type.
Yeah, I've heard they're very nicely put together. Lot 377 is a filly by Oratoria out of Hannah Gorgeous.
No, Hannah Gorgeous. Well, this is her first foal. She is very closely related to Futura. This is her first foal by Oratoria. It's a wonderful mating the Fortwood onto the Danehill. Wow, she's done a great job. This is a very, very attractive filly. High quality. Quiet, reserved, aloof, but smart looking. I think she thinks she's special. She's a really well-grown filly, and maybe one of my favourites of the fillies this year.
And then you've got a filly by King's Barnes out of Instante, that's lot 397, and King's Barnes is a stallion we don't see much of.
Well, you know, he has fertility issues, King's Barnes, but I mean, what a well-bred horse. So when you have a few of them to sell, they're quite nice. This is from the wonderful Donatella Senior Versace family, and Negramara balance sheet, so she's got a pedigree to back her up. She's actually a very athletic filly. I don't know much about King's Barnes progeny because there's so few, but what I see I like. Well put together, good legs, lovely head, walks well, medium of size, not over big, but yeah, I think quite a lot of Western Winter. The dam is by Western Winter, but there's a little bit of that looking through this filly. Quite a nice type.
Yeah, and as you said, King's Barnes himself was a decent individual. Then you've got 403, Master of My Fate filly out of Jackie O.
Yeah, Marywood. Listen, you can't put anything more about what Master of My Fate's doing. This is a very, very nice filly. Pitch dark black like Dad, athletic, racy, come early. I think all the ticks all the boxes for a nice sort of entry-level horse, for something to buy to get off the ground running and going well. Wonderful female line, doing well, hasn't let us down. So nice type of horse.
Lot 408 is a VAR filly out of Jet Set Go.
Yeah, Jet Set Go is obviously a daughter of Azabu Park, who you spoke about earlier. So this is the next generation. Jet Set Go is a good racehorse. She ran with great aplomb with Vaughan Marshall. This is her first baby, and I have to say she's done me a great job. Smart, flashy, VAR type, precocious. It's a wonderful mating Jetmaster onto VAR. It's produced numerous winners, and this looks like a really precocious type.
And then lot 442 is an Oratorio coat out of Mantaray Bay.
So Mantaray Bay, also no longer with us. She's a daughter of Sadler's Wells. So it was a breeding I really wanted to do. I needed Sadler's Wells bloods to get to Oratorio. They're so hard to find. So we've done it, and I'm very chuffed. He's a really nice horse, big and strong. Obviously not going to be early with those credentials. He's going to be a 2,000 meter horse, I would think. But robust, powerful, late maturer. But a nice type. I'm excited to see what happens here, because this is a mating I wanted to do. So let's see what happens.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Superb breeding.
Yeah.
That's going to be something to get excited about. Lot 445 is a filly by Oratorio out of Menorah.
Menorah, that wonderful female line of Cold as Ice, Live Life, Hot Grass, Green Pastures, that came with me to Aventure when I arrived here. So this is a real old family for Pippa. Menorah has never let me down with physical specimens. Again, she's given me a really gorgeous horse. They just need to run a bit better. So at this stage, we're sitting there hoping that this is the one. We have a good-legged filly, we have a strong filly, we have a good walking horse. We're ticking all the boxes. Oratorio is flying. It must happen, and maybe this is the one.
And I love the name of the last one you've got. It's a VAR colt, and it's called Winging It, out of Murmuration.
Anybody knows me, Pippa wings most things in life, so I named this because I wing everything. Listen, this is also one of our grand old dams that Mr. Tabor imported from Argentina many years ago, Murmuration. Every year in and year out, she sells me a good horse. They win, they do everything right. This is a smart horse. He's a VAR colt. A bit like Mom, not very flashy, plain, but real has that X factor, and he'll wing it all the way through his life. But that's my name, yeah.
Well, we absolutely love coming to visit you, and again, another beautiful morning. We wish you all the best at the sales. We'll see you there at Johannesburg next week.
Thanks, Fee.
Always lovely to be here at Aventure and chatting with Pippa. She's got a smashing draft going to the National Yearling Sales, and as I said, we'll see her there in Johannesburg next week and hope she sells well.
One of the top and most outstanding stud farms in the country, found in the Eastern Cape, Ascot Stud has a long and impressive line of champions to its credit. The likes of Bold Silvano, Copper Parade, Rock Opera, Smart Banker, Enchanted Garden, Arabian Lass, Coral Fever, Gulf Storm, and the list goes on and on. These are just a few of the past champions to have been bred at Ascot Stud.
On the far outside, Long on Value, and even farther out, Global View is coming on. General Jack behind them, Storming Inti, Global View on the outside coming, Storming Inti, Global View, they're gonna hit it together, Global View, and Gary Stevens in time.
And it's Rock Opera clear of the field here. 150 to go. It's another lecture that's come on well here. 5-6 lengths clear. And the filly Rock Opera, her next start, she looks at the filly's nursery. She won by 9 today.
Former Equus champion Rock Opera has since gone on to make her mark overseas, with her progeny including the likes of multi-millionaire Heavy Metal, an unbeaten Criterium International winner Royal Meeting. The latter holds entries in numerous top races this season, including the French 2000 Guineas, the English 2000 Guineas, the Irish Derby and the Irish 2000 Guineas.
Now Rock Opera gets better, and she wins by 4 lengths. Rock Opera now starting to warm to the task, got a length to make up, but it's still Market Java. Rock Opera's now got to dig down deep, and Rock Opera now starts to motor home. The grey Secret of Victoria, but Rock Opera, she's class, elegance and power. In second position, Secret of Victoria.
In recent times, Ascot's flag bearers include such stars as Bold Respect, Togo Sun Grade 1 winner, Arabian Beat, the Grade 1 South African nursery winner, Search Party, Grade 2 Cape Merchants and Grade 2 Post Merchants, and the 4 million rand and counting Coral Fever from the Robbie Sage stable.
Now Coral Fever makes his presence felt from Fort Amber, Windchill, Abashiri and Social Order, but Coral Fever is carrying too many guns and Coral Fever won. Second goes to Fort Amber.
Ascot Stud is currently home to Global View and eagerly await the arrival of Heavenly Blue, himself a son of Snitzel and a Grade 1 winner to boot. The latter, a multiple graded stakes winning son of Galileo from the family of Stormbird, has already made a splash with his first yearlings making up 1.3 million rand at the premier sale earlier this year. Ascot Stud will be offering a stellar draft of 27, 3 years agent for Rijo Stud, at this year's National Yearling Sale. Dr. Ashley Parker, in partnership with his mother Rose, the lady with the Midas touch, says this of the National Yearling Sales draft. We're really excited about Global View yearlings. We have 15 of the 30 Global Views in the sales, which is the most by the first season size by a long way. With regards to the fillies, we have a big scopy filly who is lot number 196 by Global View out of Saffron Spice, who is indeed a half-sister to Bold Silvano. Also a half-sister, lot number 47, to Grade 3 Final Fling Stakes winner Sylvan Star by Global View, who is a very racy, athletic filly. We also have a great dynasty filly who comes up as lot number 148 out of the Grand Dam of Jash, who was second in the Grade 1 Middle Park Stakes last year, who was a leading 2,000 Guineas contender this year. This filly's dam, Misrespect, is a half-sister to multiple Grade 1 winner Habayeb, the dam of Breeders' Cup filly and mare turf winner Wahida.
Down the centre, Eskimo Kess's Victoria Page right on the inside, running on strongly. Take My Word, but Victoria Page coming home strongly down the inside. On the outside is Take My Word, but Victoria Page, the 2-year-old Victoria Page, has run them ragged from Take My Word.
This is an exceptional draft, and one that any serious buyer cannot afford to miss. have 15 of the 30 global views in the sale, which is the most by the first season size by a long way. We have 2 exceptional colts by him, namely Summerdale, lot 124, a big, strong, striking colt of the Grade 1 at Tequeni Stakes winner Lauderdale. And Global Drummer, who's lot number 191, a powerful, strong-quartered colt who is a half-brother to Grade 1 Cape Flying Championship winner Gulf Storm and the Grade 3 Sycamore Sprint winner Seattle Singer. We also have an outstanding colt by the name of Apache Trail, who's lot number 20, by Soft Falling Rain, out of the mare Agbalat, which makes him a half-brother to Grade 1 winner contender Pacific Trader. Nicky Bartlett's Danica stud, also based in Port Elizabeth, will be triply represented at the 2019 Empress Palace National Yearling Sale. Danica has produced a string of high-class performers over the years, including the Grade 1 winning mother and son pair of Lady Brompton and King's Gambit, Equus champion and Grade 1 Premier Stakes winner Kochka, and smart Dubai performer Zanzibar, and the recent Grade 2 Hawaii Stakes winner Zouave.
Zouave at its outside, then comes Bonnie Prince towards the far side and Silver Sails. Zouave finds a big finish, runs at Rasmal, and Zouave cleared away to win it smartly. Zouave beats Rasmal. In front now with 2:50 left to go is Socrat. He's given the orders. Second place is Cascapedia. Then comes Zouave and Captain and Master. Zouave towards the outside is flying home. Cascapedia, Socrat, it's Zouave, and Zouave pulled off an upset.
The Danica trio at the National Sale are made up of yearlings by Elusive Fort, Global View, and the informed King Mambo Stallion Ideal World, who stands at Maritzfontein. The latter, whose progeny also include the Met winners Smart Call and Rainbow Bridge, is the sire of Blue Planet, who comes up as lot 400, a colt out of the Kalanisi mare Irish Royal, whose forerunners to date have all won. Blue Planet's second dam, second performance, is also the grand dam of Derby Trial winner Gambardo, also by a son of King Mambo, and is a daughter of Sadler's Wells and Breeders' Cup mile-winning champion Royal Heroine. Well-established sire and former Equus champion Elusive Fort is responsible for Space News, who is lot number 437, a half-brother to the very smart Pen Chan. Space News' dam Lunar Lady is a winning three-quarter sister to the dam of graded stakes winner Magical Wonderland and Magico, and further back in this family of Grade 1 winning half-brothers, Golden Peak and Record Edge. A very strong Payne-de Kock connection there. The very exciting Global View, himself a son of Galileo, is represented in the Danica draft by Vista Nova as lot number 193. The latter, a half-brother to multiple winner, is out of a stakes-placed Al Mufti mare who is a three-part sister to the Al Mufti Met winner, Alistor. This is the immediate family of multiple Grade 1 winner, Eyes Wide Open, and Met winner, Wild West.
Eyes Wide Open is wearing him down on the outside. Steel Rose is trying hard, but Eyes Wide Open, too strong, is drawing away. And Eyes Wide Open goes on to win. Do It Again comes up for second. Tut for third.
Of Desire gone in the space of 1 month from finishing third in a maiden to winning a Dante. Have you ever had a horse progress so far in such a short space of time?
I took him out of the Derby on March the 7th, as I had to confess to the world, but he's progressed very rapidly. He's got a great mind on him, good constitution. He's a big boy, and if they run into him, they'll know they bumped into him because he's very solid. And he went and won his Dantes. So once he won his Dante, he's pointing to the Derby. If he'd finished fourth in the Dante, he'd have been heading where I originally planned him, King Edward VII at Royal Ascot. And he doesn't mind about anything. As long as he's allowed all his feed, he's happy.
But Monkshood is toying with him in the Gauteng Guineas. He shot 3 lengths clear. What a performance. Monkshood has won it by 6. It's a demolition job.
Now Karori Falcon gets on top of things, and Karori Falcon goes on by a half a length to seal the deal.
The Botha family's Ben Mane stud, a farm situated between Port Elizabeth and Jeffreys Bay, actually known as Blue Horizon Bay, was purchased by the late Ben Botha back in 1985. The farm is named in honor of each of the Botha family, and the name comprises the following components. Ben is for my father, M is for my mother Mari, who's still involved in the farm, and Ane is obviously for me. It was named before I got married, and one day my wife Elaine asked me, where's her part of the name? And my father quickly answered, See that E on the end? That's yours. So I'm so grateful, otherwise I'd never have been able to live it down. From a relatively small number of broodmares, Ben Marner has produced some top-class gallopers, notably the 2016 Grade 1 Taqueni Stakes Quirari Falcon and the hugely talented Monk's Hood, now plying his trade in Hong Kong. Monk's Hood was just a R375,000 purchase from the 2016 National Yearling Sale. He won or was placed in each of his 8 South African outings, recording wins in both the Grade 2 Gauteng Guineas and the Grade 2 Dingans in the process. In winning these Grade 2 events, he smashed no fewer than 4 Grade 1 winners subsequently recorded. The farm will be offering 2 quality colts, headed by the half-brother to Monk's Hood, at the 2019 National Yearling Sale. Iron Tail Lot 28 is a Path 4 colt out of the stakes-placed mare Amber Bouquet, which obviously makes him a half-brother to the aforementioned multi-millionaire Monk's Hood. To date, Amber Bouquet, a 3-time winner up to 1,400 metres, has been represented by 4 winners from as many runners. This is the family of multiple Grade 1 winning champions, Star Effort, formerly trained by Jeff Woodruff and a winner of the Colts Guineas, as well as the Daily News 2000. Ben Marne are also offering a colt, lot number 338, from the first crop of Galileo's multiple stakes-winning son, Global View, whose relatives include none other than the breed-shaping sire Stormbird. Global View has already made his mark, with his first yearlings having already made 1.3 million rand. This colt, already named Cochise, is a half-brother to several multiple winners, and he's out of the 5-time winning mare Don't Blink. The latter, a full sister to Grade 3 champion juvenile stakes winner Chinaka, and further back in his family, top German performer Andrea II. Quite ironically and fortuitously indeed, the Kotzen stable were able to produce a sparkling winner last Friday called Chief Black Horse, who of course is out of the mare Don't Blink.
Chief Black Horse in the lead. He may be getting weary, but he's got a commanding advantage. Captain Hook is second. Chief Black Horse, though, has got it won. The bird has flown. Chief Black Horse beat Captain Hook.
This colt, already named Cochise, is a half-brother to several multiple winners, and he's out of the 5-time winning mare Don't Blink.
Bush Hill Stud are sending 12 to this week's sale. Lot 94, a VAR filly out of Go Indigo. A strong, speedy filly with quality and substance, a very exciting daughter out of a young winner of the Gauteng Fillies Guineas Grade 2, who also listed the 3 Troikas Grade 3 amongst her 8 wins. Lot 232 is by Jackson out of Tempted. A strapping, good-looking colt with size and scope and a great hind quarter. His dam is a Grade 2 winner, having won the debutante. She is off to a good start to her stud career, with both of her runners to date being multiple winners. Lot 259, a balanced athletic colt with good size and substance, by a sire who is producing the goods out of one 4-time winning stakes place filly Young Caesar, hailing from the proven family of such speedsters as Harry's Charm and National Currency. Lot 272 is a colt by Crusade out of Angel Child. A good size, scopy and correct colt, he is a half-brother to 4 winners from 4 runners, including the stakes place Angel's Power. Lot 276 is by Flying the Flag out of Antonia Major, a snappy, athletic and balanced individual from a current performing family. He is the first foal of a mare who won 5 1/2 sister to She's a Dragon, who ran 3rd in the SA Fillies Guineas Classic, immediate family of the international performing Cerise Cherry. Lot 284, a filly by Flying the Flag out of Ashjan, a big strong filly with a strong back and loads of scope. The daughter of the speedy and precocious type who ran 3rd in the Fillies Nursery. She has 100% winners to runners and is backed by an international stakes winning family. Lot 314 is by Coup de Gras out of Karina Coleman, a neat, balanced colt with a good action and attitude, correct with a good motor on him. By the exciting first season sire, he is out of the 4-time winning stakes place filly. Lot 429 is by Willow Magic out of Lee Danzig, a powerfully built early type of filly with a great top to her, tremendous shoulder and forearm to go with a powerful back and a great walker. An absolute running family, a half-sister to a host of decent winners out of the 5-time stakes winner. Lot 448 is another filly by Willow Magic out of Millennium Reign. An impressive first foal with size and scope and a good hind quarter, the same running family as the previous filly. Lot 494 is by Flying the Flag out of Plutonium, a balanced racy colt with size, scope and quality with a strong hind quarter. Everything to like about him, a half-brother to 2 stakes horses out of a sister to 2 Bush Hill bred Grade 1 winners in Stellite and Zirconium. Lot 502 is by Flying the Flag out of Rhythmic Roxy, a well-grown, powerful and athletic colt out of the 5-time winning stakes performer Rhythmic Roxy, a granddaughter of Dane Hill, making this the same proven cross as the mighty Frankel. Lot 526 is by Pathfork out of Silent Call, a neat colt with depth and a strong quarter. Out of Grade 1 Takini Stakes runner-up Silent Call gives every indication of some precocity. Flying the Flag makes up 4 of this quality draft, his 2 full sisters both being Grade 1 winners, Rhododendron having been a champion 2-year-old in Ireland and having won Grade 1 races at 2, 3 and 4, while the younger sister Magical was a Grade 2 winner and Grade 1 second at 2, a Grade 1 winner at 3 and second to Enable in the Breeders' Cup Turf. Beating the Colts, and just last week started her campaign this year with an emphatic 4.5 length victory over the Colts in a Grade 3 at Nars. Please go and see Warwick at the Nationals this week. He's looking forward to having you, and Bush Hill Stud certainly look to have a lovely draft.
That's a wrap for this week's edition of Breeding to Win. Hopefully, you'll be selecting the next champion from this year's National Yearling Sale. Talking about champions, we'll be playing out with another champion stallion from John Freeman. This week we feature Futura. From myself, Julie Alexander, and the rest of the Breeding to Win team, good night.
Beach Beauty Champions Cup. Now Futura starts to warm up, and Futura's coming home starting now. Futura will win the Beach Beauty Champions Cup.
Futura gets driven into the lead. Futura with 100 metres left to go. Futura beats Louis the King. 300 metres left to go. Futura is coming home full of running between runners. It's Futura. Futura wins the Germany bet.
Ice Machine gets the wake-up call. Futura's on the inside. Ice Machine and Futura. Futura digs in.